Let me talk. I got a lot to say today. Hey, man, y'all subscribe to the channel. Oh, man. Hey, some of y'all need to be put on a list. If you subscribe to a lady's OnlyFans second she hit 18, there's something in your brain that's messed up. That's not what we're here to talk about. I find it particularly fascinating that OnlyFans has elevated to rapper status. Really, they have received a social license to be able to brag about the amount of money they make without any social consequences. There's a reason YouTubers never talk about the amount of money we make, right? Because it creates like this social chasm where then people start debating in their mind, like, do they even deserve that amount of money? And it almost like fuels some level of resentment. So it's like, why would you even go through all of that? But Bad Baby says she made $1 million in 6 hours. Congratulations. OnlyFans stars, content creators. What do we call them now, guys? What are the names? What label do we give these people? OnlyFans content creators. Was that pushing it? My bad. OnlyFans supermodels, superstars. They have received this social license now. Every time I hop on Twitter, it's a new OnlyFans superstar telling me about how she made $20,000 this month and already put in her down payment for a new Rolls Royce. But I think it's a little disingenuous how they explain to us how much money they've made. And the reason I'm making this video is mainly because I think the whole world of OnlyFans has like a cloud of gloom and doom on it. And why don't people talk about it? People are now being convinced to make these OnlyFans accounts that have permanent repercussions. But they're not thinking about that because in their head, they're gonna make $20,000 a month and have a Rolls Royce Phantom in 2 weeks flat. Can you imagine discovering about yourself that your nose is like, you have one of the greatest noses, bro, and you didn't notice till just yesterday, your nose can make you millions of dollars. Can you imagine just discovering that? That's what women are discovering about their bodies in OnlyFans. And of course, you're gonna investigate. I'm a businessman. I'm not a business, man. That's what Jay-Z said. He wasn't lying. But when you look and do the very basic level of research of just Googling something, you quickly learn this. The average earning is only slightly more than $180 per month. Hey, how come no one's ever showed me that graph before? I've never seen the $180 graph in my lifetime. But you know what's funny? Even the people that average $180, they probably have dropped a screenshot somewhere on the internet showing that they made $1,000 in a week at one point. Because people feel very comfortable showing the world their peaks. That's literally what all Instagram is look guys, I'm at my peak. Look, don't I look happy right now in this photo? You need to get like me. You're not happy enough. You're not doing what I'm doing, man. I'm in Tanzania right now traveling with my best friends. And then you begin to believe that people's peaks are their baseline, and it's not the case. That's a lie that people get online to tell you so that you can feel worse about yourself. You get like them. Why don't you get like them so you can be as happy as they look? And that's the key, yo, is really as happy as they look, as much money as they make it seem like they make. Yo, these are peaks you guys have to remember. When people drop videos, it's the peaks. When I drop a video, I would hope it's one of my best videos. It's not, I'm not dropping you a mid video. There's many videos I've recorded I haven't dropped because I didn't think it was good enough. The internet stunned after Bad Baby said she made $1 million on OnlyFans in 6 hours. I'm just listening to what I'm saying for a moment. She knows that she is a marketing messiah, apparently, because she went from a character on a Dr. Phil show to having a whole rapping career. She seems technologically savvy enough to know that her just saying this would lead people to go, huh. And there's something called social proof. When a lot of people are doing something, you feel comfortable subscribing to that same mentality. She knew saying that was gonna make her more money. So then people eventually just make an OnlyFans. They be posting photos and they quickly realize like the world really doesn't care. Because like there's so many people with like this and then they got this too. And so it's like, but why are we gonna look at yours though? Why are we gonna pay for yours? And guys are so horny, bro. Like you guys are so like even me. One time I was watching the Twitch stream, someone in the chat said like, yo, I saw you on like a site. I swear to God, guys. I swear to you guys, I was not attracted to this lady at all. But the curiosity of looking at what video she has posted naked, I did it. God damn it, I stopped the stream and I went and I looked. Let me give you an example, because this happened a couple years ago. Just to explain to you that once you put yourself in an OnlyFans box, it's difficult to escape. This is Mia Khalifa and Gilbert Arenas. Complex used to have a show called Out of Bounds where they just talked about random topics in pop culture and in sports. When you take any comment section, I'm not picking and choosing, guys. I just picked a random comment section. Let's see what they say. Mia, stop talking. You only look good with a pipe in your mouth. Update. Complex hasn't deleted the comment because they low-key feel the same way. You can keep going. there is an absolute flood of comments of just memeing and just trolling and really just being pretty toxic about the fact that she used to be in that industry. But that's the reality for really most anybody. I'm in a box of 2K content creator, right? But now I'm doing plenty of stuff between this channel, podcast, playback, and AMP that I'm not really in that box no more. Escaping from boxes is difficult. It's just when you put yourself in specifically an OnlyFans box or a football box, can't say the word, we're on YouTube, guys, it becomes very, very difficult to escape. And that's not something you could just shrug off to the side like you did it a few years ago. That follows you. So you wanna do anything else on television, people are gonna see that. You know what the messed up part is? Is athletes can sit there and go on these like ESPN or Sports Illustrated magazines naked with their titties out or their poo-poos out, and then it's like nobody really cares. But then for some reason when you do it on video and it's like your job to do it, everybody cares. And that's the only thing people will know about you forever. I remember there was a video I watched, and the video really just talked to OnlyFans superstars, and it also talked to OnlyFans users, the people that pay for it. And as I watched it, I began to like, my mindset about what this website was kind of just like really elevated. Cause I learned a lot about the type of people, cause I didn't really know anybody previously that they wouldn't tell me if they did. As I watched the video, it was a whole bunch of people that subscribe to OnlyFans and a whole bunch of people that post on OnlyFans just talking about their experience. And I wanna play you a clip. Now, I promise you I'm not taking this out of context and you're gonna get sad after listening to it, but I need you to push through it, all right?
At the time when I was talking to that person, there was a girl at my college, actually in one of my classes. I actually kind of liked her, but I was like, oh, I'm doing this, so I don't want to like drop this for that or have her find out. So I didn't pursue that girl, and eventually she would transfer colleges. The way I saw it, I was like, I could take a risk. I could drop this and take a risk with this girl, but it might not work out. But if I keep going with OnlyFans, I'm guaranteed to get attention. So as long as I, pay for it.
A lot of times I prefer to stay home and see that kind of stuff than to go out, So a lot of friendships and parties and stuff like that I could have, I could have connected to other people outside of my house. I didn't because I preferred to stay home, so it affected me like that.
Hey, I'm gonna link this entire video because I thought it was fascinating in the description. Y'all can watch it after this one. Isn't that some of the saddest stuff you've ever heard? Humans are incredibly social creatures because we're not at the threat of death. We don't have to worry about lions coming and mauling us to death while we sleep. There was a time where humans their biggest fear was dying because like a lion would maul them to death or a natural disaster would topple their house and they would die as a result. We largely, at least here in North America, don't have to worry about those concerns anymore. We live in a society. So now our biggest fear has become like social isolation and extradition. And it's like, there's just the thought of going up to a woman and being like, can I have your number? Is like the scariest thought. And it's for a very good reason. You don't want to get embarrassed. You don't want to feel like you're not worth anything. And sometimes it can feel like that when you get rejected. Part of the reason why women never approach, they just kind of sit back and they just look at you enough times if they want you to approach. So then as a guy, you gotta approach, but it's like, that's tough. Especially with your group of friends. You don't want to come back and be like, nah, she wasn't with me. That's slightly embarrassing. There was this fascinating video I watched, a TED video, when I used to do that back in the day. And the guy literally said, to get over the fear of social anxiety, just lay down in like a random subway. Not on the tracks, obviously, guys. Life is amazing. Just lay down, do something like obnoxious, and you'll quickly realize that many people don't care. I dropped a documentary about a week ago on my main channel, and I was walking around all of Atlanta because we were shooting everywhere in a ghillie suit. And people would look at me and go like, huh, what's that guy doing in a ghillie suit? But I didn't get looks where people were like disgusted or appalled. I got looks like, huh, that guy doesn't give a f, and it's almost inspiring. Bro, I was walking around, there's this one river that runs to Atlanta called Chattanooga River. I was just doing my thing, walking around the river in my ghillie suit, shooting these scenes, right? There was this little baby, he was like 4 years old. He said, Mama, what is that green man doing? And it made me so happy. I was a green man to that little boy, just in my ghillie suit, having the time of my life. But that's something that I had to train to do. I'm telling you, the first time I pulled up a camera in public and I was vlogging, I was nervous. What are people gonna think? Do I not look cool right now? That type of social anxiety really guides everybody's decisions. And so what I tell people is I frequently just make the weird decision. I'll go to the gas station in my bonnet. I don't care. I'll pull up to functions where you have to dress informally in basketball shorts. I don't care. But it's because I never want to lose that though. I'll continue to train myself to not care. But what these people kind of are proving is that it is scary to go out there in the world and try things, because as they said, it's a risk. And wouldn't it be better if you just got this guaranteed thing at home by yourself? This interaction that you're paying for? And so that's what I'm talking about, this overall gloom and doom cloud that resides over OnlyFans. Because a lot of people prop up OnlyFans like it's this website for empowerment. And it can be if you're the person taking the videos and taking the photos. It can be for you. But for the people actually subscribing to it, the actual thought of you deciding to subscribe to a person's OnlyFans and paying $50 a month as a substitute for going out in the world and taking a risk and building a genuine connection is scary. You ever watch those movies? Like, this literally sounds like a Netflix Black Mirror episode. You ever watch those movies set in the future where all we're f***ing is robots? Like, we don't even like humans anymore because robots do everything better than humans do it? That's literally the vibes OnlyFans gives me sometimes. So people will get convinced to make content on OnlyFans because they'll see other people have made a boatload of money, and the allure of having something that could potentially make you money that you're not using is incredible. You might want to do it yourself. And then on the user side, the allure of not having to go outside and risk your social status and your ranking in the social hierarchy when you could just stay at home and pay someone because you know she'll text you back or you know she'll respond is alluring too. So I've said this before, and it's the reason why I don't like Tinder in specific is because it kind of preys on loneliness. It monetizes loneliness. And in a world where so many people feel lonely, it's like, is that what we should really be spending our time glorifying? And I get that basically any form of entertainment can kind of take that mantle. Like, you could be on Netflix or even on YouTube enough to where like you're using YouTube or Netflix as a substitute for just being with friends. True. But let's not fool ourselves. The sex appeal, like sex is such a bigger driver than boredom will ever be. Bro, I went on websites to see naked women that I saw on Twitch that I wasn't even attracted to, just out of curiosity. If she told me she had a YouTube channel where she posted content, that's not an appeal to me. I didn't really care enough to go on her YouTube channel, but if she was on the hub, I was going there. So that's the point I'm trying to make here. In and of itself, OnlyFans is really just Patreon. It's really just YouTube memberships. It's just people pay a fee to get some exclusive content. There's nothing wrong with that model at all, especially when advertising isn't working out for you and you don't have another source of revenue like merchandise or anything like that. That could be a great source of revenue. But the reality is a lot of these people hide the fact that they have boyfriends because their audience wouldn't like that, because they like to fantasize about maybe potentially if I message her enough, she'll get with me. That happens. And it's like you're filling the void in their heart that is all the loneliness, but you're making the pit even deeper in the process. That'd be like if y'all watched my videos to be entertained, but then you left the video fiending more entertainment. I'm giving you the drug that I'm making you in desperate need of. Y'all see where I'm coming from? That's why I said I gotta talk. I don't know, man. So I thought to myself, like, what would it take for me to subscribe to someone's OnlyFans? What would it take? And I swear to you, it would have to be like Beyonce hops on OnlyFans, bro. It would have to be, bro. I swear to you. Who else could it be? Rihanna? And bro, if Rihanna hopped on OnlyFans, I might. You know what I'm saying? I might. I think about it at least. But I wouldn't do it because I feel like she would provide me some level of social interaction I can't get in the world. Or I wouldn't do it because I'm in fear of taking risks in the world. Or no, I would do it really because, hey, who doesn't want to see Rihanna naked? She is beautiful. Oh my God. So what OnlyFans popularity has taught me, because I remember like in 2016, I seen OnlyFans and they weren't like, they weren't what they are now back then. They were a lot like Patreon back then, where you could hop on there and then just charge people to see certain levels of content. They only went in the direction that they did because they started to see that it worked. So the lessons learned are simple. Take risks in the world. People don't care as much as you think. Don't put yourself in a box that you can't break out of. Hey, listen, at the end of the day, you gotta make your money, so congratulations on making your money. I just think though in the back of my mind, I hope it didn't come at the cost of some poor lonely fellows. The reality is the bad baby situation's probably not all that. It's just some people that need to be put on a list. We're very curious. Hey, use the comment section. Let me know how you feel about it. I'm curious. Drop a like, subscribe to this channel if you're not feeling too shabby, and I'm gonna catch you guys. Ooh, my mic fell. In the next one. Peace.